Okay, welcome back. I'm Kevin Hogan, Content Director for Tech and Learning Live, and with me I have Sean Corcorran from Steelcase. He's the General Manager for Education. Sean, thanks for your time
Great
today.
Great to be here.
As part of our day-long series of interviews here live on the internet, was happy to be able to spend a couple of minutes with you to talk about the latest and greatest from Steelcase. And one was a product that you specifically said right before we went on the air. Can you give us a little info on that?
Yeah. So this new product is called Thread. You know, like thread in a piece of clothing. And so we always start with, what are the good problems to solve, and go find unmet needs, solve unmet needs. And so what we see everywhere in elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, colleges, businesses, we see this problem of we're all mobile workers. We have multiple devices. Our research shows that most of us have at least 3 devices, electronic devices, laptop, a cell phone, maybe a tablet computer. And one of the issues is where to plug in. We've all been in airports, right? And you see people sitting on the floor, with their cell phone plugged into the receptacle of, a foot above the floor where they plug in the vacuum cleaners because that's the only place that they have them. Well, what about in a classroom? As classrooms are evolving and they're getting more flexible and reconfigurable, all the outlets are around the room on the perimeter walls. So with Thread, we've created this solution that allows a school, a university, to put the electrical raceways under the carpet on the floor. It's ultra thin, it's only 3/16 of an inch thin, and to bring power into a room wherever you need it, whether it's a library or a classroom or an in-between space, and do it extremely cost effectively, no mess, no muss, no fuss, all of that, and get power in the room, and then bring that to the user, at the table, at the chair, at the lounge furniture in the library, wherever they need it.
Right, that's exciting.
Yeah.
All right. And you were mentioning one of the new products before we went on the air here, and I'm intrigued by it because you have a lot of software, you have a lot of apps, a lot of big picture. Steelcase is a lot of facilities and infrastructure. So give us a little description of what you need first before you can have all those other things.
Well, we're focused on the learning environment, the spaces. We focus on behavior and how behaviors are changing in learning environments. And what we see is, there's a lot more going on, say, in a classroom. It's not just, 50 minutes of lecture anymore. It might be 10 minutes of lecture, and then the teacher might have the students work in teams, do a group project, and then come back and share and present and discuss. And what we see is those behaviors require different, configurations of the room, say. And so we focus a lot on the physical environment, the furniture, and how the technology works with the new pedagogies and that new technology.
Okay, that's great. So over the years, Steelcase has, of course, been around for a long time. And
103 years.
Yeah. So how have you seen the evolution of the company come in terms of using these sort of...
Well, I think, we had focus on the corporate world forever. We're known as kind of a corporate furniture company, but we've really bored in and focused on education, both the formal learning environments like classrooms and informal learning environments like libraries. So that's been the big evolution for us, really focusing intently on the learning spaces, not just the faculty and administrative spaces.
Right.
And so all of our new product development and solutions that we're bringing out in education are around those learning environments.
Okay. One of the topics that Tech and Learning has been focused on in the past year, we're celebrating our 35th anniversary, by the way, so not 103, but 35 is pretty good for a technology magazine. But the idea of redesigning learning spaces and reimagining the way that students enter a building and interact in a building, how has Steelcase been focused on that?
Well, we just see a lot of new behaviors. Yes. I mean, whether it's in a library, the way that students use technology in a library, the way they study. We have one term, alone together. We see in libraries that students might be in a big room with their headphones on at a table with a bunch of other students and studying on their own.
Right.
In other cases, we see in libraries more project rooms and team rooms to support project-based learning that has been teed up by the teacher in the classroom.
Right.
In the classroom, again, all these different modes of learning and a lot of movement and a lot of reconfiguration in the classroom. So we've been trying to support all of that.
Have you noticed any difference in terms of the influencers? I mean, we're finding that regular faculty and teachers are having more of an influence on reshaping the way schools. Is that an experience?
Absolutely, absolutely. We're seeing teachers. want to be able to do things that, now that students have different expectations and there's new technologies, and they want to try new things, not just, again, stand and deliver.
Right.
So they're definitely having more of a voice. I mean, certainly the tech directors, the CTOs, CIOs, they're having a huge influence on the classroom, and we're seeing them really supportive of the furniture, the tech directors, because they want their new technologies to be aligned and work in tandem with the environment. And so a lot of support there, a lot of influence. I think the academic leaders, not just the facilities folks who have a big role in the environment of learning, but the academic leaders who are really trying to improve student success, they're looking for every lever they can pull.
Right.
And I think space and furniture hasn't been looked at in the past as a strategic tool.
Right.
And we know it can be because our research shows us that. So we're working with them as well.
Great. Well, Sean, thanks very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Good. Thanks.